Our political panel standing by. We have Matt Klink tonight, Republican strategist, along with Democratic strategist and former New York State Senator David Carlucci. Gentlemen, great to have you both on. And we just saw this unfold. Matt, let's start with you. You saw the statement live with us. He says 21 hours of negotiating, no headway. I mean, what is going through your mind as we're hearing this disappointing news?
Yeah, Natasha, it's good to see you again, David, as well. Look, this doesn't surprise me one bit. The Iranians are tough negotiators. They're known for trying to drag out negotiations. And the fact that they negotiated for 21 hours, I think that's just the appetizer for the Iranians. They envision these things going on for a long time and dragging this process out. And I think ultimately what it's going to require from Donald Trump is to go back to the military operations. And we've hit 13,000 targets, taken out the majority of their leadership. I think we're going to have to, hammer down on them some more before they get them to come to the table, because that's the only thing that the Iranians respect.
Yeah, I mean, tell me more about that. What would you be in favor of here, Matt? Because we saw, this massively ratcheted up rhetoric before this ceasefire took place, that the civilization would be destroyed. Do you think, in your opinion, should Trump make good on some of these enormous and inflammatory promises?
Well, we've already weakened them significantly from a military perspective. But as we've seen, weakened significantly does not mean completely evaporated all of their ability to project power. Case in point being what's happening in the Strait of Hormuz. I think what ultimately is going to have to happen is that we're going to have to start targeting some of the bridges and things of that nature that allow the troops and the missiles to move back and forth. And we're going to have to really get more aggressive because, again, the Iranians will drag these negotiations out for months. And look, the challenge here is that we're looking to change the intentions of the Iranian regime. The problem is that we've wiped out most of their leadership. It's even doubtful whether the prime minister who was there or the speaker of the parliament who was there for Iran today, whether he even has the ability to make a deal, because we don't know who's in charge there.
All right. So, David, I want to get your voice in here. I want to hear what's on your mind as we hear this statement. And meanwhile, here at home, we just got those tough economic numbers here on Friday. Does the president need to find his off-ramp to this war, and how is that looking tonight?
Well, that's it. There's just an absolute lack of clarity. There's no vision here. Or we really don't understand what the White House is doing. Look, they negotiated for 21 hours, and we just got 21 seconds from the vice president and about 1.5 questions answered. What is the objective here? They keep moving the goalposts, and that is the problem. Even if you have negotiations with someone that can make a deal in Iran, what is the deal to be made? Is it to open the Strait of Hormuz? Is it a deal on nuclear weapons? Is it a regime change? Is it one of those many conflicting goals that we heard from the White House and his cabinet? That is the problem. This war of choice, the president was ill-advised, and now we know that. He has been backtracking almost every day on the comments he made to the American public. He told us 100% of their military capability has been incapacitated, and that is obviously not true. So the problem is, we talk about weakening Iran. We're the ones that have been weakened in this debacle. We've been weakened here at home because we're paying more for just about everything. We've been weakened internationally because our allies are taking a step back and saying, what the heck are you doing? And all of this was never with the commitment from the American people, in even knowing what we're getting involved in. So
all right. So Matt, I want to get Matt's response to this. Do you agree with David, Matt, that there was a lack of transparency in the statement that we just heard? And do you agree that the goalposts are moving in terms of what our objectives even are in this war?
No, what you just heard from David is the classic line being spread by Democrats and being then parroted back from the news media. David should really just be reading off the Iran media network's talking point, because that's exactly
this has nothing to do with Democrat.
Let me finish, David.
Please.
Let me finish, please. That's exactly what David wants to do. This is, again, this was not a war of choice. Every president since the Iranians have come into power have said that Iran was a problem. Nobody has done squat about it until Donald Trump. The regime
what did he do about it?
Let me finish, David. You can have your time to spout your propaganda.
I'm trying to understand.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm
Natasha, go ahead. David's going to keep flapping his gums.
No, you have no answer. You have no answer. You're saying it's Democrat.
No, you just don't want to listen, David. You just don't want to listen.
Please.
All right.
You're not. Go ahead, David. Continue to spout your propaganda.
It is a tense moment, and gentlemen, regrettably, we are out of time. I truly appreciate both of your perspectives.
Pathetic, David.
Matt Klink, David Carlucci, appreciate it. A lot going on. Of course, we'll keep covering it. We'll be right back.